So I struggle with how relatable I actually should be with the students that I actually teach, and perhaps to the broader audience, to you, to sort of demonstrate that I'm pretty normal in the sense that I wanted to point out, I want people to know that I really didn't come from a heck of a lot. And that was a big part of my life growing up, is we really did not have a lot. My family there were 6 of us kids, one income. My mom stayed at home, the typical sort of lower middle class environment that my parents taught me to go without a lot of things. But now my life has become much better off than what I'd ever assume I could be. And the reason why it's happened like that is because I've continued to invest in myself and try to help out other people as much as I possibly can. And I know that this is hard to sort of take and hard to sort of process for a lot of people, but if you continue to do the same thing in terms of investing in good things, investing in capabilities, and capabilities is a very specific thing that I'm talking about. This is focusing on skills, focusing on you really trying, and do that repeatedly for a long time. And, whether that is financially, I could tell you the secrets of doing that financially. It's actually quite easy. Invest 15% of everything you make in mutual funds and index funds and do that indefinitely. And having insurance and things like that where you're paying attention to that stuff. But also with my relationships, I spend a great deal of time trying to help out my wife and help out my kids. I also spend a great deal of time trying to think about how to actually do work in a more effective manner. It's a huge part of what happened with the Reciprocity Project and what is going on. So what my point is where I'm at right now in my journey. I am past the sort of undergraduate level, and by investing over and over and over and over again, you make slow incremental improvements. Not to say that I am so much better or whatever, but what I'm saying is that you make slow and incremental improvements over a long time. Those compound. And it seems almost magical by the time that you've been doing this for 20 years, things seem magical compared to somebody else that hasn't been doing this. And where I struggle is, how do I communicate this? What should I actually do to teach people? Should I do displays of wealth and all that sort of stupid manliness? I guess it's not stupid, but the sort of manly display that you see where people display all sorts of things of wealth to get them to be attracted to you, showing off great sums of money and big houses, or should I be really modest? And I don't know where I sit, and I want that to be well known. I want you all to know that it's hard for me to figure out that how should we have other people perceive that me, right? And I know that, or us, and I know that I talk a lot about not trying not to sort of be really getting wrapped up in those games, but it's something I do worry with, because I want to connect with more than just you, but a larger audience. I want other people to know that if you do take a great deal of time and effort, and you do that time and time again, and you compound that, and you reach out and you be kind to as many people as you possibly can, and you do that repeatedly over and over and over again, that it does pay off in the long run. And it's incremental payoffs that you get for a very long time, but it compounds and turns into something miraculous. I look around and I see a lot of people that have done this. And it's not just within the educational field. It's a great deal of people that have invested in themselves for a long time. And once you get to a certain stage, and a lot of people do get to this, once you get to a certain stage, things are just different. And then I struggle with communicating that and letting other people know that it is just different. And the way that you actually get there is to invest in yourself over and over and over and over again. And even though it doesn't feel like you're doing anything and it feels like you're struggling, things are incrementally improving over the long haul. And I don't know how to really situate myself. I think that's where I'm struggling with, because I feel inside I am still living in a family with this large family, and we can't afford to get anything, and we eat soup every day, and not being able to. So right now, I'm going to do some exercise, and I wouldn't have been able to afford that growing up, to do the exercise that I'm actually doing. I would have been able to walk, but we wouldn't have been able to afford some of the things that we actually do. And how do I communicate that to a larger audience to show and to let you know that, man, I know we've all been there. I know exactly where it comes from, but it's the investment in yourself and investment in other people and trying to be as kind as you possibly can to yourself and other people for an extremely long time. That is what turns things into something that's a miracle. And I know you're not going to believe me because you're at a point in your life where it doesn't seem like that, but man, it really is that way, where you invest over and over and over again. And if you're afraid of something that, you don't know what to do, just Google it. Like, there's so much information about it. Like investing, for example. I mean, there's these gurus that are out there like Susie Orman and Dave Ramsey and the Wealthy Barber and all these people that are pretty legit, and they actually have pretty good advice. So like, you could Google those people. You can find out how to do relationships, or think about different patterns of personalities in terms of people that you're dealing with. Like, there is so much that you can do, but you have to be willing to actually go there and do it and to make that investment. And I wish I could tell you how to actually do that, and I wish I can sort of relate and be part of your life in a deeper way, but I can't be there until you actually want to be there and be wanting to relate and wanting to sort of see that, yeah, it's a journey. It's this long slog where you start off with nothing. I know, I've been there. I spent my entire undergrad. I know that for many of you probably don't even realize it, but we didn't have a car, and I walked around. That's what we did for a very long time. Took city buses, all that kind of stuff, and now I drive a car, and that seems like a luxury to me still to this day. And I don't know how to connect that, and I don't know how to get you, the broader audience, to realize that it's just a long run thing that you have to do and feel okay with who you are inside, so that you can actually smile and be okay with other people around you, and just keep investing in yourself and other people. That's it. All right. I'm sorry, but I just can't figure it out. Take care and have a wonderful day.